Alright, here we are, round 2 against clanmate Moonkind. So we're gonna see who wins the die roll here, and we did, which is good. So we'll wish Moonkind good luck. And we will play first, see what we get. Okay. That's a pretty good hand, I think, actually. So we'll keep it and see where that gets us. So we'll play a fetch land here. The only reason we would really want to dress at this point, we're looking at his list, is to grab one of his counter spells. So I think it's still worth it. Get him before he can actually do something. We're going to play basic swamp because he is playing with wastelands, and we'll see how this goes. So he's got a spell pierce, a daze, a couple of phantasmal images. So we can play around the daze. The spell pierce is probably going to be a little bit more problematic. I think what we would prefer to grab would be the... well, I mean, daze can counter my Bob. So maybe we'll do that. And we'll pass the turn. Alright, so we're going to look to drop down a Dark Confidant here. Oh, a Voltaic key. Well, that is interesting. Alright. So we got a Dark Confidant on the battlefield. Okay, got a Curse Catcher. That's fair enough. Let's see what we flip up. Alright, we got a fetch land here. So we'll play that fetch land. He does have a spell pierce, but we can pay for that if we do decide to Voltaic key here, which might not be the worst thing to do right now. So I'm gonna play it and see what happens. And it's stuck. Okay. All right. Well, that is interesting. I'm gonna go in and attack with the Bob. He'll probably trade, but maybe not. Okay. Looks like he will. And yeah, I mean, I'm okay with trading at that point. And we get a Tinker. That's interesting. Well, we know we can pay for the mana. So we'll play another basic swamp here. I think the line of play we can play Lion's Eye Diamond and Fertile Tuner for Time Vault. I think that might be what we want to try and do here. Try and get down a vault key and go from there. So we will pay for an Infernal Tutor. Let's see if he doesn't have a hard counter. And he does. Alright, we are in a bind here. Probably wasn't the best thing to do. I mean, he did have 3 turns to draw a counter spell, which he did, unfortunately for us. Brainstorm, he'll probably just end up countering it. But let's go ahead and cast it. Okay, so we see Underground Sea, Necropotence, and Lotus Petal. Well, I think Necropotence might be our only avenue to victory at this point, so let's go ahead and keep that. He's got no discard effects, so that's not a big problem for us. What is a problem, though, is he's got a couple Mutavaults out. So let's play Necropotence and see what happens. Alright, well, let's start drawing some cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Brainstorm. Alright, we got a couple spells that we could use. I mean, Chromox will help the storm count, but I don't think I need that. Okay. So we're going to go down to 5 here. Alright. He didn't spell pierce that, so that's interesting. I got the couple cards that I really wanted, so I think we'll put back the Underground Sea followed by the Flooded Strand, and we'll take it off from here. So let's duress. That's 1. So we spell pierced my duress. So let's Dark Ritual. Pay for the 2. See what he's got. See if the path is open. And it is. So we're off to the races here. Alright, so let's Dark Ritual again. We will tap a blue, play Sol Ring. We'll tap Sol Ring. We will, let's go ahead, we can Demonic Tutor. So I think what we'll want to do is we can untap Sol Ring, play it again, so that's 6 mana. We can Demonic Tutor for Yawgmoth's Will. We can then play Yawgmoth's Will. Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual. We can Lotus Petal. And we got a concession. Alright, so we got game one. It worked out for us. Now, looking at Unkon's sideboard, he's got, let's see, Solar Temptation against our Darksteel Colossus. He's got a couple Yixla Jailers and Leyline of the Void, which we want to bring in these Chain of Vapors for. He's got no artifacts we want to worry about. So I think we need to get rid of 2 cards. I don't think we need a Mind's Desire. And there's no real worry about Tendrils. So I think if we go with those 2, maybe bring in a couple of City Traders to fight off his Wastelands. We don't need Chrome Mox. And we can probably take out... I'll bring in only one City Traders and we'll go from there. Okay, so we've got here an interesting hand. So if he does have Leyline of the Void, which he kept his hand, so I think we want to try and I think we're going to keep this hand. It's a little bit slower, but we have protection against Leyline, which he didn't have. So Aether Vial, that's fine. We don't have any counter spells, so we don't need to worry about that. Okay. All right. So are going to actually we're going to Thoughtseize first. Of course, I have to crack my fetch land. I'm Thoughtseizing because he has creatures, and if he doesn't have any counter spells, it's probably better just to grab a creature. And so his hand consists of Force of Will, Spell Pierce, and a couple of creatures. I think what we're going to want to do is get rid of the Force of Will. We can play around Spell Pierce to an extent, so we'll go with that. So he drops a Mutavault, and he's going to pass the turn. Let's see what we draw. We draw another Duress. So we can take his Spell Pierce. I don't think he's got Stifle. No, he doesn't have Stifle. So let's go ahead. We'll bring in an island. We'll play our Mana Vault here. Let's think about Spell Piercing that. And it looks like he will. Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to Duress anyway. See what else he's got. And he's got 3 creatures, so we'll pass a turn from there. So he's now got 2 counters on his Aether Vial, so he can drop 2 creatures this turn. But looks like he's going to drop 1. He's going to drop a Lord of Atlantis and hit us for 3. Alright, I think I'm going to brainstorm now. Let's see what I get here. Let's see, Imperial Seal and a Voltaic Key. Okay. So let's we'll put back Duress and Underground Sea here. There's our Underground Sea. So what we'll do is we will let's pay 1 for the Voltaic Key, and we'll pay 1 for Imperial Seal. Do you have a counterspell? No, he does not. So we're going to put Time Vault on top and try and lock him out. He doesn't quite have enough mana to kill me. He can drop a Phantasmal Image of Lord of Atlantis out. It'll be close. So he can hit me for 7. So unless he's got a Force of Will, I've got this. So there's our Time Vault. So we will tap an island, play City of Traders, and Time Vault. Did we get there? Oh, looks like it. And it looks like we got him. So there we go. See you guys in round 3.